Hello and welcome to EV Car Share. I'm Matt and this is another episode. I'm doing back-to-back videoing. If you watched my previous tyres video, then you'll probably recognise the shirt and the location out the window and things like that. I'm just trying to get a few videos in like that. Make best use of my time really. So what I want to talk about this time is about CarScanner and the OBD dongle, OBD2 dongle that connects via Bluetooth to my phone. I've been using that connection and all the stats that come from it as a way of, within my videos I've been talking about CarScanner, I've been talking about values I get from CarScanner, and so I thought, well, I kind of really need to step back a little bit and say, well, what is it? What's it do? How do you do it? And kind of show you that side of things. So I'm in the car, just going to grab my little camera that allows me to show you other things. So my secondary camera, I'll open my door because it's a bit dark and the door will give you a bit more light. So let's just open the door. Hopefully that brings in some light without too much extra noise. And I'll turn on the camera. Okay. So down by the driver's knee, down by the driver's door in this Kia EV6, there is a fuse box panel, and you'll be able to find where you could just put your fingers and just give it a slight tug, and that pulls off this panel. And down in there you can see this is my OBD2 dongle. This is the iCar Pro. You can see the little red light. You may have seen a blue and green light flash a moment earlier. So that's the dongle plugged into the port. So if I unplug that dongle, you can see it's from a company called Vgate. I got it on Amazon. It's not very big. It's just a small little piece. Only plugs in one way. It does plug in with the text up, so you can tell which way it goes in. It is also quite low profile, which is nice, which means that this here can go straight back on and you don't need to worry about it. It connects via Bluetooth to my phone, so if I turn on my phone and go to CarScanner, this is CarScanner Pro, which is the paid for version, so I paid for that. I'll close the door now that I've done the bit with the dongle. And on here you do need to go into settings and set up the dongle, the connection to the dongle. Also you need to set up which car you are connected to. If you have lots of cars, there is this My Cars section here, but I won't go through all of this. All I do basically, now that it's set up, is I click on connect. It connects to that dongle, all being well, of course. Yep, so it's come up connected. It will come up connected in green, which is what you're looking for. And then up the top left here you have a dashboard function, and that allows you to display a series of data fields. Yep, I guess. Series of data fields, and these are configurable as you choose. So you can see here I've configured to have the SOC, so that's the state of charge of the battery. That's the same as what's displayed on the dashboard of the car, so not really necessary to have that, but interesting. You then also have underneath it here, I have the state of charge as per the BMS. So this is the battery management system. So this is the battery's understanding of its own state of charge, rather than what the car's saying. So the car is often manufactured, or cars are often manufactured, EVs at least, with a buffer to the battery. So you don't actually run it from 0 to 100 and back to 0 and back to 100 and so on. You are effectively running it from like 4% up to 96% and back and so forth. But to aid the user interface, the state of charge on the dash display will do the 0 to 100 and so on. This BMS version is the real version. Under that I have the remaining energy, so this is in watt hours. Next column at the top I have the voltage on the battery. This is how many volts the battery is at currently. Next two underneath are cumulative energy discharged and cumulative energy charged. So these are the values for all of the energy that's been in and out of the battery during the life of the car so far. In the center at the top we have the battery power, so that's just the residual electrics at the moment because I'm not driving anywhere and I don't have the aircon on either, so that's just residual to power the screens and the computer inside the car and things like that. Then under that we have two values for temperature. These are the minimum and maximum temperature in the battery. So it has 192 cells in this car, and there is a temperature value for every module. There are 16 modules. So every cell has a voltage value that's read, that you can read through CarScanner, and every module has a temperature value. So the battery minimum temperature here is the lowest of those modules, and the battery maximum temperature here is the highest of those modules. So these are both current readings. It shows you how variable across the battery the temperature is. One is 17, one is 18, that's very good, obviously. Then we have at the top here on the next column the 12 volt battery. So that's the accessory battery. That's the same sort of 12 volt battery that you're getting in a petrol car. We also have the state of charge of the 12 volt battery. We have the distance travelled since I've turned on CarScanner, so that's 0. We have the speed I'm currently going at, again 0. And then we have the DC and AC charging energy. So this is the amount charged via a DC connection and via an AC connection. Now these two I'm not entirely sure are correct. Certainly the DC value does not go up as much as the charging that I've done using DC charging. I've noticed that. I'm going to look into it more and try and pin it down a bit. It does go up. So when I connect and DC charge, it does go up. But it doesn't go up by anywhere near as much as what I've put in. Certainly this last weekend I went on a journey across to Wales, and on one stop I charged 50 kilowatt hours, and this energy has not gone up even by that amount. So there is definitely a discrepancy somewhere in the system on that one. So these are the values that I've chosen to have on my dashboard, and you can also see that some of these fields in orange, if you have a big screen and you can see clearly enough, they have minimum, maximum values and average values. So during my journey I can pick out the average speed at the end of my journey when I get there by just looking at the average value there. When at the end of my journey I can see what the maximum temperature was for the highest cell, I can see what the minimum temperature was for the lowest cell, and I can see what the maximum and minimum were for the remaining energy, so I can then take one from the other, and that will show me how much energy was used during that journey. So these are the stats that I'm using for my stats drives for the efficiency calculations. If you look back through the videos that I've done previously, you'll find ones that refer to my stats drives and efficiency drives, where I'm trying to show the efficiency of the car over different periods, summer, winter, that sort of thing. Okay, so that is CarScanner. There are lots and lots of other values that you can show. So it comes with a whole load of default pages. I've only configured the first page, but there are about 27 pages in total that I have at the moment. So this one here is showing all the temperatures of the modules in the battery. That's one thing I described, which is quite interesting. Keep going. This one shows all the voltages on all the cells. So all the 192 cells measures the voltage of those cells. They all have their own sensors, and you can see they're all the same voltage. They're all sat at 3.92 volts at the moment, which is fantastic. So very healthy battery. Coming up to 2 years, coming up to 50,000 miles. So all looking good. But as I say, there are loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of these values and screens. So that previous one there, if I scroll back, that's the tyre pressures. So you can see my rear right tyre is a little bit lower than the others. Maybe I need to pop a little bit in there. And also you have the tyre temperatures if you're interested in those. Lots and lots of voltages and temperatures and all that sort of stuff. And eventually you scroll back round to the original screen there, just like that. Okay. So that's it. So that's all I wanted to show really, was just to give you an idea of what CarScanner is, how it connects to the car, how I've been using it. Because I talk about it quite a lot and feature it in my other videos and in my tests and my calculations and stats, it just made sense to just spend a bit of time, go over kind of what it is, how to use it, how I'm using it. I thought that would be of interest to people. So hopefully it was interesting. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like it, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I expect to see you next time. I can't see you, can you? You can see me. I can't see you. Well, I hope to speak to you again next time when I do another video. So join me again. This has been Matt for EV Car Share.